Alright, so today I'm at Kitano Tenmangu Shrine. Today is my birthday, and today, coincidentally, happens to be a Matsuri for plum blossoms. And the god of this shrine, Tenjin, the god of education. And in his honor, they will, Geisha come here and serve tea. So I'm going to get some tea served directly by Geisha. Oops. Well, I get to have my birthday cup of tea served to me by a geisha. Not that we had much time for conversation, as there were so many people she had to serve tea to, but still an interesting experience. It's like a feeding frenzy with photographers here. So on February 25th, you can have tea served to you directly by a geisha, or a geisha apprentice known as Maiko. And that tea is also made by one of the geisha or Maiko. And the reason why they have this festival is for the plum blossoms, or ume. The god of this shrine, Tenjin, in life, he was known as Sugawara-no-Michizane. Michizane lived in the mid to late 9th century, and he was a great minister at the imperial court. One of his favorite trees was the plum blossom tree. What's interesting about that, considering who he was and the time, see, most people, when they think of Japan in the spring, they think of the cherry blossoms, the sakura, when everybody goes crazy and runs out and throws down a blue tarp and gets drunk under the cherry blossoms. But it wasn't always that way. A long, long, long time ago, it was actually the plum blossoms that were more important. That tradition came from China. Sugawara-no-Michizane, he was a scholar in Chinese studies. And at that time in the 9th century, cherry blossoms had not yet surpassed plum blossoms as the most important blossoms that people went crazy over. All these Emma prayer boards are here because the god of is Tenjin, the god of education, and so many students come here to pray for success on their exams, especially their entrance exams into high school and university. I don't know if this is like a whole class of people, or is this just one person who really needed help on his exam, so he got the really big Emma board. Arigato. Sugawara-no-Michizane 好きですか?
あ、ええ。
That was fun the second time around. The only problem was my feet were killing me. I can't do that proper Japanese kneeling way. So I say, so Sugawara-no-Michizane 好きですか? Sugawara-no-Michizane 好きですか?
大好きです。
あ、本当に? Kitano Tenmangu Shrine. It's a beautiful shrine. And in February and March it becomes even more beautiful when the plum blossoms are blooming. And then on February 25th, Geisha come and accentuate that beauty by serving tea on a holiday to celebrate the plum blossoms and the god of this shrine. But there's a dark history to this shrine. You see, this shrine was not founded out of a love of beauty and a love of sophistication. It was actually founded out of fear, guilt, and the need for appeasement of a vengeful spirit. Sugawara-no-Michizane, he was a great scholar of his day and a great minister, but he had enemies. And his enemy was part of the powerful family known as the Fujiwara. Fujiwara-no-Tokihira had heard that the emperor had once suggested that Michizane be given the governing control of the country, and he didn't like that. Even though Michizane turned this offer down, Tokihira was not happy with this. And when that emperor stepped down and retired, as was the tradition of the times, he got the new emperor, Emperor Daigo, to be convinced that Sugawara was plotting against him. And so Sugawara was exiled through a promotion as a governor general down in the Kyushu area. That was where they would do things. They'd give you a promotion, but it was way outside of the capital, which basically meant you were in political exile. And Sugawara-no-Michizane supposedly died of a broken heart, a broken spirit, a few years later. But his story didn't end there. Supposedly afterwards, all kinds of calamities occurred. Tokihira died unexpectedly, and his direct line never prospered either. And a lot of things happened in the capital here in Kyoto, and people believed it to be the angry spirit of Sugawara-no-Michizane. And so they decided to appease his vengeful spirit, which was known as a go-ryo, which is a type of aristocratic vengeful spirit. They decided to appease that spirit and probably also allay their feelings of guilt, because they know they had done the boy wrong. They built this shrine and they promoted him in the court, giving him new rank, higher rank, and they made him a god. They renamed him Tenjin because he was a scholar and loved learning. He became the god of learning. This is how they would sometimes deal with these situations in the past. If you had someone who had been wronged, there's fear of their spirit coming back to haunt them, they would build a shrine to them to keep their spirits at ease. But I guess in the end, in a spiritual sense, Sugawara-no-Michizane won out. In life, he was a minister at court, and in death, he became a god. Not too shabby. And every year, he has Geisha come and serve tea. So I guess you could say nerds do win out in the end.